Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot, and this is my YouTube channel. Today's reading is a pick a group reading. We have 3 groups in front of us, so feel free to observe them as I explain what this reading is about. Now, this reading is a Mercury retrograde coded reading. I didn't want to do a Mercury retrograde specific reading, so I just thought this is quite similar. It's going to help us understand what's happening around us during Mercury retrograde. We're asking Spirit who is wanting to reach out to you, the viewer, and why. So this YouTube reading is really just focusing on those 2 topics and just as much information as we can about who and why this person is reaching out. I did get to use some fun divination tools in today's video, which I'm really excited to bring back to the channel. And this reading also inspired me to start a charms bag again and to start just experimenting with more divination tools as a fun way of interacting with you, the viewer, and just bringing in different methods and strategies, I guess, as a reader. So that is what you can expect from YouTube. The extended readings will also be about the person that comes through in this reading, but we'll focus more on what is the next chapter in this connection. There's more information about the extended readings below, including the link that will take you to the extended readings page on my website, so feel free to explore that information if you want to know more about the extended readings. Now let's take a closer look at the 3 groups. Now when you select a group, I highly encourage you to do so with certainty. If you start watching your reading and you feel like the messages just aren't clicking, don't force it to fit. Come back to the pick a group portion, see if a different group is calling out to you, or consider leaving this reading for somebody else who it is intended for. Don't let any of these messages take away from what you already know for yourself. So with that being said, each of these groups are very different. Take your time. There will be a guided meditation playing right after this clip if you need more intuitive assistance selecting a group. Over here we have group 1. And for group 1, I chose the 2nd house card with the rose quartz crystal. If you feel drawn to this card or this crystal, you'll be a part of group 1's reading. And for group 2, I chose the 3 card with the, I don't actually know what this is. I remember looking into it. I think it's a Mookite crystal. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you are better versed with crystals, feel free to let me know in the comments. But if you feel drawn towards this crystal or this card, you'll be in group 2's reading. And then on our far right, we have group 3. And group 3 has the Cancer card and the, I want to say jade crystal, but I actually think it was a form of jasper. So if you feel drawn towards this crystal or this card, you'll be a part of group 3's reading. Now when I selected these groups, I used Spirit, I set my intentions, and I let Spirit select the cards, and then I selected the crystals. So I used a lot of my intuition, and I highly recommend you do the same when you select a group as well. When you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on the timestamps in the description box or the pinned comment and join me in your readings. To open your meditation, I'm going to ask you to take in 3 deep, mindful breaths. I want you to breathe in for 3 seconds and breathe out for 3 seconds. I will be guiding you through this. Make sure you're comfortable. focus on the sound of my voice, and let's begin. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. Last breath. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. From this relaxed place, observe the groups in your mind. It can help if your eyes are closed. Is there a specific color you feel most drawn to right now? Perhaps it was a phrase I spoke about in the intro. Allow your relaxed mind to guide you to a group you are being most drawn to. Remember, your intuition is not a loud voice, but it is a strong voice, and it knows which of these groups contains the most honest messages for you. Allow it to guide you through symbols, colors, objects, and phrases that will connect you with the group that holds the most clear, honest messages for you. If you need more time, pause the video or repeat this meditation. Hi Group 1, and welcome to your reading. We are going to be asking Spirit who is wanting to reach out to you and why. Now, I'm filming this reading in one of the Mercury retrogrades we're experiencing in 2025. So it is Mercury coded, but we are just going to leave it as a timeless reading. We're going to see what comes through. I'm going to open your reading by setting my intentions and tuning into your energy, which is a wonderful time for you, the viewer, to do the same. Listen to the sound of my voice and think about the question in mind. Who is wanting to reach out to you and why? What feelings arise? What clarity or questions arise? Listen to the sound of my voice, set your intentions, and let's open your reading. Spirit, please tune me in to Group 1's energy. Please help me offer Group 1 the most clear, honest messages for their reading today. Please help us find who the most helpful energy is in terms of who is wanting to reach out to Group 1, and let the messages be most clear for Group 1 to discern. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I added a little bit more to your opening message, your intention, just because Mercury is in retrograde, and I think that there'll be a few people wanting to reach out to you. So let's have a look. There is going to be an extended reading, but we'll figure that out at the end. We're going to figure that out at the end. Let me just get my little divination tools. I'll be back. Okay, that took me a little bit longer than I expected because I couldn't find my charms bag. I used to always have a bag of charms that I would read with, and I haven't used them in a few years, and I moved. So anyway, it's not here. So we're going to use what we can. We're going to figure out who is going to reach out to you, or who wants to reach out to you is the words we're using, and we'll just take it from there with the divination tools that I do have. So starting with my tissue box messages, I do sell the template for this on my website. If you do want to start your tissue box messages, I highly recommend adding your own messages and just using this as a divination tool to strengthen your intuition. Spirit, who is wanting to reach out to Group 1? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, to get confirmation, we're also going to use the Boggle box for initials. Who is going or who wants to reach out to group 1, please, Spirit? Alrighty, let's have a look. So these are the initials from the Boggle box. Let's see what else we got from the tissue box. Usually start with initials. We have the letter R, that's not in the Boggle box. We also have the letter M, V. We do have a V in the Boggle box, so that's very significant. M is also there. Do we have any other initials? Any other initials? I think that's it from the Boggle box, at least. From the tissue box, sorry. Look at me getting confused. I might have to change that fan because it is not helping. Oh wait, that's the one I was supposed to turn off. My bad. Okay, so it should stay up there. All right. Now, we also have Cancer as a zodiac sign. So Cancer, someone who has strong Cancer placements, Uranus and Aquarius, or Uranus's energy simply tells us that this person, why is it still rotating? Can you please stop rotating? Hang on, let me just get this straight and then we can figure out what we're doing. Cold air falls, right? Hot air rises. Okay, let's leave it on the ground. Okay, so Uranus, I'll talk about that more. There's themes there similar to this tissue box message. You can see that I've added my own hand-drawn tissue box messages as well as the printed, which is what I recommend you do as well if you use this. 12th house, we'll talk about that, but they could be a Pisces. Happiness is a key energy. I'm going to talk more about these. I just want to lay them all out there. Goodness. Gemini. We also have headache. Yeah, okay. Forgive. Ugh. And we have learning. Okay, so some messages. March could be a significant time. I'm grateful for my soulmate. Love that for you. I am grateful for my soulmate. We also have November. I'm grateful for my fears. Some Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. March is Pisces, Aries energy. July is more Cancer energy, Leo energy. I'm grateful for intimacy. So we're in July now. So this person will either be reaching out soon or something about this time of year brings back strong feelings of your connection. Now, I feel like this is a family member, okay? This is somebody who you had a close connection with. You two were like siblings or you were like best friends. You could talk about nearly anything. This person is someone who you had a very deep connection with, a very, very deep connection. When I say you could talk about anything, you shared secrets with each other that you most likely haven't told anybody else. You shared experiences with each other, whether it was your personal experience, shared experiences, most likely both. You shared that with them and you wouldn't share that with anybody else. You just had this very emotionally deep connection with this person. Now, I am talking in the past tense because this is the kind of connection that has taught you a lot. It's been through challenges. The two of you have experienced lessons from each other and you've grown through things together, but you may be experiencing a challenge right now because it looks like this person is wanting your forgiveness and they're hoping that the two of you are able to come back together without having to leave this connection behind. There's something about this connection that feels very kindred. This person feels like a soulmate. They feel like you are their soulmate. And I use that term to describe a person or a connection in our lives that feels very natural. It feels very supportive. These are the kinds of people and connections that are there with us when we go through challenges, when we need somebody for support. They're there to pick up the phone, to be at our house, or to come bail us out of jail, whatever it is. We do see jail here. These are the kinds of connections that feel very kindred, very meaningful, and very important. Without those people in our lives at that time, we wouldn't have been able to overcome challenges as easily as we did, or we wouldn't have been able to feel like our best self eventually. Now, soulmates don't have to be in our lives forever. They can come and go, but essentially, once they're in our lives, it feels very supportive and nurturing of a connection, very natural as well. And it also feels like the kind of connection that you just want to support each other in. You're just thick as thieves. Now, with that being said, this is somebody who I feel, their initials may not be here, but they are someone who has a very strong intensity and care for you. So it feels like there is a lot of water energy, which either tells me that they are a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and that they care a lot about you. We have the heart chakra here to say that they care a lot about you and your happiness. At times, this person may have over invested in your life. They may have been somebody who kind of like expected or was just so there for you that they overstepped, is what this feels like. Their love for you, their care for you has been something that could have even caused the two of you to feel like you were smothering each other a little bit or holding each other back rather than supporting each other unconditionally. It could have gotten to a point where it felt like this person's needs and wants outweighed your own, or vice versa. And that's how much you cared and gave to each other. Now, I just want to highlight that this M could actually be a W because I didn't underline it. So it could be a W, just in case that's relevant for somebody. Now, these two energies over here, well, actually these three, if we look at this as a Pisces energy rather than Aries, it's mutable, it's changeable, it's flexible, it's adaptable. There were parts of this connection and this person's energy that felt very accommodating for you. They were willing to do things for you with your best interest. But there were also parts of this person with all this cardinal energy in Aries and Cancer and the fixed energy of Scorpio and Aquarius that felt very dominant in your life. So even though they may have said, I just want you to be happy, whatever you need, it could have felt like, yeah, but, like I hear you saying that, but I feel differently. Because this person has such a dominant energy in your life and because they care about you so much, it's like you might have felt emotionally obliged to also make them happy. And it's the kind of dynamic that you often witness between parents and children when, just as an example, parents' expectations of you outweigh your own wants and needs. You just want to make mum happy. You just want to make dad happy. I don't care about, whatever I do. I just want to make them happy. And it may have been conscious. It may have been subconscious. But it felt like this person's emotional happiness mattered to you more than your own at times. And their presence in your life was very dominant. They may have been the kind of person that was even a little bit possessive over your time, over your attention. They may have made it hard for you to spend time with other people and to allow other people into your life. And a big part of the tensions and challenges you felt in this relationship could have been put down to a dependence on each other, them expecting too much from you or depending on you too much, or vice versa. You acknowledging that within yourself and saying, like, no, we need to not spend so much time together, or we need to just give each other space. It could have felt like, yes, in theory, this person just wanted you to be happy, but you couldn't truly be happy with them being such a dominant energy in your life. So that's the person that has been wanting to reach out to you. Let me pack this up and let's figure out why now. I'm gonna, oops. Come on, Boggle Box. Is that closed? I don't want it to like pop open. Oh well. Okay, I should probably edit this out. Oh well. Mercury's in retrograde. I don't want to risk pausing the video. I checked the audio to make sure that the microphone was working, because that's usually what happens to me during Mercury retrograde. Microphones stop working, but hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Let's just see. Okay. So Spirit, we know who this is. Now can you tell us why? Why do they want to reach out to my group ones? Why does this person want to reach out to group one? Why? Okay. Oh. Why? Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll just go with the bottom deck energy. And I kind of want to pull an oracle card. I've been trying to read with less cards, just to be a little bit demure, but like it doesn't always work. So I kind of love information too much. So let's get an oracle card, Spirit, for my group. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's pull you out so you can see all of those cards. Okay. Wow. Spirit, how can we deliver this message clearly and concisely in a way that group one will most resonate with and find helpful for their journey? Please help me. Thank you, Spirit. I felt called to say amen. I was raised religious. I'm very open now. I don't practice a religion just to be inclusive with what I do. But you guys, someone may be religious. Christianity is a popular religion, but I just want to say it's not the only one, so we're not trying to exclude anybody. But amen felt very natural there, so that might be relevant. Now, maybe this person even said it as a dramatic thing. Maybe it wasn't religious, you know? Maybe like you would say something and this person would go amen or amen just to affirm whatever you're saying, just to like really, I'm hearing preach, but also just back you up with whatever you're saying. But yeah, it just came through very naturally just then. So this person wants to reach out because they actually want to spend some time with you. They do feel like a family member or a friend. There's somebody that's wanting to reacquaint themselves with you. They want to be a part of your life. They want to know more about what you're up to at the moment, and they're hoping that they're not too late. So with waning crescent moon, you may have been in contact recently, but it also feels like they haven't made the most out of time with you. It feels like this person wants to spend more time with you and they feel like they're running out of time. So there could be a time coming up where your paths align and there's more opportunity for you to spend meaningful quality time together. Those are the key words here, meaningful and quality time. Now, this person wants to be of service to you in some way. They don't just want to kind of throw you off balance and come back into your life and cause a big scene. They want to come in a helpful way. in a collaborative way. So they're likely going to either ask you if you want to do something with them that they know that you're interested in, or they're going to ask you about something and then they're going to see if you need any help doing it. They may use a way in through seeing like what you're doing or hearing about what you're doing through other friends and family. And they may ask to kind of bring you together in a group setting first so that it's not too forceful, intimidating, or again, disruptive. They may say, hey, I'm having this at my house. This person's going to be there. That person's going to be there. Would you like to come? We'd love to have you. It's a social sort of group thing. You're likely to do something together, like constructive or productive, helping each other out. And they're going to use that group environment to really kind of spend more quality time with you. Now, there is this looming feeling. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm circling back into the other cards. There's this looming feeling of, am I too late? Have I missed out? And this is their motivator. This is why they're thinking about reaching out to you, and this is why they want to reach out to you. It's an emotional feeling. It's a fear-based feeling of, I don't want to miss out anymore. I don't want to lose this opportunity to reconnect or to connect again. And I also don't want to leave something for so long that it becomes bigger than what it is. And so instead of letting time lapse and letting your relationship kind of fall to the wayside, they're coming back in quite a very, how do I word this? I'm hearing loud and proud, but it just feels like it could even just kind of be like, oh, wow. Either I wasn't expecting to hear from you, or I wasn't prepared for this kind of communication. So the Tower card is saying that they want to reach out to you because they feel like they need to do something dramatic, something forceful, something that they do. Like they feel like they need to do this. This is a lot of Mars energy. It's quite a masculine energy, and it's the type of energy that tries to feel in control when it actually isn't in control anymore. So this person may feel like they're losing you, group one. They may feel like they don't fit into your life anymore, or that they're struggling to fit into your life. And they want to reach out to try to find a way, in a big way, to be in your life right now. They do have their own reasons. They could have a lot going on as well. And they are somebody who enjoys your company. They enjoy your connection. And so by using this excuse, this group sort of situation, they hope to be able to restore the emotional depth in your connection to the point where they do want the two of you to be able to connect and empathize with each other and, again, keep each other's secrets, just like you used to. There's a part of this person that cares a lot about you, and there's another part of them that questions whether you actually care as much as they do. And so with the Seven of Swords reversed, they're trying to come through as very authentic and genuine and hopeful, because part of them is afraid that you're at a different stage in your life where you don't feel the same about them as they feel about you. Now, this does feel like a platonic connection, but it still feels like a connection that they are afraid of their feelings, their intense love and care and empathy for you not being reciprocated by you. So I do feel like this person wants to reach out because they want to try to set the record straight, either talk about things or just move past it and restore that 12th house depth that we saw in the first part of your reading. So there's a lot of desire here to see things from your perspective and to actually listen to hear about, what you've been going through, even in relation to what may have caused the recent challenges in your connection, and to just create that space for you because they miss it. There's this genuine feeling of, it's not so much I miss you, but I feel guilty for letting it get this far. Sorry for just disrupting that, but it's like I feel guilty for letting it get this far. It shouldn't have been this big of a deal, or it shouldn't have gotten this bad, or we shouldn't have let the silence lead us into this form of challenge or separation. So that is why they want to reach out. That is who they are. Spirit, is there anything else that my group ones need to know about this person, this connection, that they may find helpful? We need to get advice, apparently. So what cards should we use? I think we got to use this tarot deck. I wanted to get away with oracle cards, but I think we need tarot just to be more specific. Okay. Spirit, what is the advice for my viewer in this connection? What advice? Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Spirit, what is the advice? Okay, we have another card. So, sweet souls, the sun is wild because it's actually the bottom deck energy in your other oracle deck, the Celestial Bodies Oracle. So it is here, that energy is here. At the back of the advice deck is the Four of Blades, which is the Scout. Now, in this deck, similar to the Four of Swords in any other deck, the Scout isn't somebody who acts. Instead, they sit patiently and they observe. Your advice is not to initiate, but your advice is to gather information. Whatever comes your way, observe. Don't react hastily, don't act hastily. Collect the information, process it, and wait until you feel confident about acting. This is a connection that hasn't always been in your best interest. However, there is a meaningful connection here, and therefore I'm going to tailor my advice with respect to whoever this person is to you. There's a lot of love here. This is definitely either a family member or somebody who feels like I could offend you if I say anything wrong about them, so I'm going to be very careful. Your advice is to continue moving forward as you have. Live with a sense of authenticity. Be yourself. Live and let your actions be guided by who you are, by your pure and genuine nature, as well as by your clear and honest intentions. And let this connection find its way back into your life. I don't think it's in your best interest to pursue reconciliation with this person or to pursue this connection as it was. It feels like this connection needs to be redefined in order to progress. The two of you need to find a way to respect each other for who you are as you are today. This is likely somebody that you've known since you were very young, as children are very prominent here, and you're being called to protect your close family. This person may be somebody who is family by association, or they're not somebody who's a part of your close family unit anymore. So you need to protect your close family unit. You need to protect your own heart and its intentions. And you need to consider your best interest moving forward, which is most likely re-establishing this connection and separating it from what it was in your past by setting more reasonable, realistic expectations of what it can be right here, right now, in your present. You guys have outgrown your original dynamic. You're no longer as naive or young or in that same dynamic as you used to. So it's in your best interest to, again, be like the scout, gather information and wait until you feel more confident to act on that information. Definitely don't initiate in this case. Let this person come to you and let your nature, your heart, and a protection over who is important to you be your kind of guiding force through this next chapter in this connection. I think that's what I want to cover in your extended reading, by the way. I want to look at your next chapter. So I'm kind of just winging it for all the groups because it just felt like the right thing to do. So what is the next? X was significant there for a reason. Next chapter in this connection. And we're kind of just going to let that be our guide. I do want to have a look at channeled messages because I'm curious about what this person will say. So we'll just make a note of that. We'll see what they would say to you if they could speak to you. First person channeled messages. And I also just want to clarify their intentions and their likely next actions. So that'll be your extended reading. What is next? What is the next chapter in this connection from your perspective, their perspective, the objective perspective? We'll get channeled messages from them in first person, and then we're going to clarify what their intentions are and what their likely next actions will be based on their current energy. If that sounds helpful, the link to your extended reading is down below. When you click that link, make sure you select the right group before you spend any money, your group 1. So double check before you spend any money at the checkout. Make sure you've selected the right group. Thank you, sweet souls, for all of your time, your energy, and your support. That is what I'm seeing for you. I appreciate this energy exchange. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye. Hi group 2 and welcome to your reading. We are here today to ask Spirit who is wanting to reach out to you and why. Now, this reading is going to have a mixture of fun divination tools, very much like how I used to do readings. I was supposed to use a charm bag, but I've lost it over the years of so many different moves, so I've got to start from scratch. So we're just using tissue box messages and the boggle box. This is going to help us figure out who is wanting to reach out to you, and then we're going to use tarot to have a look at why. Now, to open your reading group 2, I am going to take a moment to tune into your energy and to set my intentions. So I highly recommend you do the same. Consider any questions that you may have about this person, about this connection, and what drew you to this reading in the first place as well. Let's go ahead and open your reading. Spirit, please tune me into group 2's energy. Please help me offer group 2 the most clear, honest messages for their reading. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so, interesting energy group 2. Let's have a look. Spirit, who is wanting to reach out to group 2? Oh, wow. And before I forget, there will be an extended reading. Who is wanting to reach out to group 2, please, Spirit? Thank you. I'll figure out your extended reading at the end. We're just going to start with this first and go from there. We have a lover wanting to reach out to you. Wow, okay. Oh, straight off the cuff. I'm not surprised because we did have this rose here. Oops, I gotta turn my fan down on my aircon. There. Yeah, that's good. Alrighty. The fan is just stuck up, so it shouldn't disrupt. So a lover. Now, with this rose being here, group 2, this lover is somebody who feels very sweet on you still. So they're wanting to reach out to you because they do have a strong desire to show you that they're here, to prove that they're still here. So it may have been a little while since they reached out, or maybe they're just wanting to give you a little message to let you know that they're thinking of you. But the rose proves a point. It's a gesture, it's a token, and it's ideally about making sure that you know that they're there. So it's like getting flowers delivered to your house, right? Like it's not just a subtle thing, it's to prove a point. I am grateful for my fears. This person could be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, and they have some fears when it comes to this connection. What are they afraid about, Spirit? What is this person afraid of? I. So we have a letter I coming through. Or I might get all the initials, actually, 2 I's. They might be afraid that they're not enough for you. They might feel like they're not enough. They're afraid of something to do with themselves. It's a personal insecurity. We have the letter T and the letter O. Tito, Ito, Toy, Ori. We also have G. So these letters could be their initials, could be your initials. They're just there to add information. So if your initials aren't there or their initials aren't there, don't let that take away. Use your discernment to focus on what resonates, and if anything isn't resonating, don't let it take from you. We have the letter K. I'm hearing kilo. This person may need to use phonetic alphabet for their work. The phonetic alphabet can vary in each country, but I was taught kilo over the phones in call centers for the letter K. We also have the letter M or W. Take it as it resonates. Are there any other letters hiding in here? Is this a letter? No, it's earth energy. So earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have another letter, the letter Z or the letter Z, and the letter T again. So 3 T's. I'm actually just seeing titties now. Oh my gosh. 3 T's and 2 I's. Take it as it resonates. We have a letter R as well. Sit. Tots. I'm just seeing tits now. This is terrible. Got. Get. Which can be offensive. So I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that slang could be relevant. Anyway, any other initials? No. So let's go to this message next. That would hurt. Oh, they're afraid of doing something that might cause rejection or hurt, happiness. When I said that, I just heard the start of Florence and the Machine song, Dog Days Are Over. You know how the first word she says is happiness, greed. My days, we're going through it. Sacral chakra energy, Venus. Wow. This is someone you do think is attractive and you have a soft spot for them. North node, south node. Is it supposed to be upright or reverse, Spirit? Okay, we're reading it. Pretty sure that's north node. What can I do to check? Do I have an astrology deck here? North node, south node. I have 2 astrology decks. I don't think either of these have the north node or the south node in it. Do you? No, this definitely doesn't. That's interesting because it's so important. Well, it's not always, but I think it is. It's a good thing to know about yourself, what signs your south node and north node are in. We also have the letter H. We have the 7th house. We have the 5th house. We also have Jupiter, and we have Gemini twice, the third house and Gemini, and we have Virgo. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Just going to pull this down a bit so you can see everything, hopefully. So looking at your tissue box messages, group 2, this is somebody who is a lover for a reason. They want to reach out to you, and it does feel like it's coming from a place of personal insecurity, trying to check up on you and just sort of make sure that you're okay and just do like an emotional sort of check-in as well. This person is going to read between the lines, even if the communication isn't very deep. This is someone you're in communication with quite regularly, or this is someone that you've been connecting with recently because of this Gemini energy. There is communication going back and forth, so if that doesn't resonate, this is not your group. Now, there is a lot of attraction here, and it feels like your connection is at a point where the tide is turning, it is developing. It's time for your connection to either be a part of your future or to acknowledge what it's been through in its past to help figure out what kind of future we're having. Now, this person feels like someone that is also a very grounding energy, like this earth energy, whatever is going on with themselves and these personal insecurities, it doesn't change their energy towards you. They feel very grounded. We have a lot of earth energy. Virgo, Taurus is here. And we do have this energy of the 5th house and the 7th house, showing us that this is somebody who's wanting romance with you, dating you, having fun with you, while also wanting something serious. They are interested in a meaningful relationship, and they are interested in figuring out a relationship with you that is, again, going to be very fun for them, passionate for them, but also fun for you. This is someone that looks at relationships, even if they're not defined yet, as a partnership. It is about equal give and take, and they believe in showing up as a confident individual, and they're attracted to confident individuals as well. Now, this person has a soft spot for you. I feel the same your way. I think you have a soft spot for them. You would know them because they show up as somebody who may be a little bit happy-go-lucky, right place, right time type of energy. And there's an aspect to your connection that feels very promising. If you're not already in a relationship, this feels like somebody that you could have a relationship with. This Jupiter connection is either talking about them as an ideal spouse for you, or it's talking about their attitude towards life, being very go with the flow. So if they're not a go with the flow type of person, then they are somebody who you see as spouse material, husband material. Specifically, that's what Jupiter talks about. But Venus is here as well, so wifey material is here. Labels aside, there is a lot of energy here of partnership and of trying to figure out a way to show up for you. Like, this person is wanting to show up for you, wanting to show you that they're thinking of you and let you know that they're here for you. Now, happiness and greed, I think that this person is a little bit dominant with their communication. Maybe they want more of your time, your attention, your affection. They could be a bit greedy over you and spending time with you. But the happiness here indicates that they do make you very happy. You might be a little bit possessive of each other with this Scorpio and greed here. But with sacral chakra, there's also a lot of attraction, a lot of chemistry. And this feels like something that was a little bit unsure of And now it feels very like there might have been a period where you were getting to know each other that was like, I don't know, maybe this could work, or it's actually just going to be another challenging experience or lesson in love. But now it feels quite grounded. It feels like this is somebody who you get excited to hear from, and they do want to keep that communication flowing. They want to know how your day is going. They want to know, about whatever's happening for you. They want to be up to date. They're keeping up with group 2, that's for sure. And they want to be a part of your day through communication. So you two are probably messaging each other quite a lot, is what this feels like. Now, let me pack up these cards, these tissue box messages, and let's have a look now at, I was going to look at why. Yeah, let's have a look at why they want to reach out to you. Why? This might be a little bit boring if you were expecting that answer. You know what I mean? Like maybe you guys were like, oh yeah, of course. Of course they want to come through. But the South Node is here too, so could be. Let's just ask the Oracle cards real quick if there's more than one person wanting to reach out to you. The Lover came through dominantly, maybe because they are being greedy. But is there anybody else, Spirit, who wants to reach out to group 2? If you felt called to a different group, feel free to watch a different group as well. But let's see, who wants to reach out to group 2, please, Spirit? Yeah, there are 2 energies, air energy, that partnership energy, the earth. I mean, it's them again. Okay, Jupiter, these are all the signs that we just got. So I think we're just going to pursue this reading, sweet soul. It's literally them all over again. So, yeah. Maybe a friend also who's at a distance to you and hasn't heard from you in a while, wants to check on you, make sure you're okay, see how you've been doing, and just pursue a more meaningful check-in point later down the line. This would be a friend that's at a distance, so they don't live in your vicinity. You mostly have a digital friendship. Is there anybody else? Maybe a parent as well with the earth energy here. Why? They're most likely to ask about you through your siblings though, this parent. Because they don't want to bother you or stress you out. It's just the general parental sort of concern of just checking up on you. If you don't have siblings, this could be somebody who feels like a parental figure, checking up on you through friends. What else? It's mostly just this person's energy, to be honest, so we might just get into why they want to reach out to you. Spirit, why does this person want to reach out to group 2? Why does this person want to reach out to group 2, Spirit? Maybe check what sign your Jupiter is in your natal chart, because that could be their sun sign or their Venus sign. I'm even hearing moon sign for some of you as additional confirmation. Okay, so at the back of the deck is the 6 of Cups reversed. This person misses you. There is a desire to connect with you and to maybe revisit a past memory or honor and cherish your connection by just sort of being more present, because they feel like it's been a little bit of time since they've cherished you and honored you. Now, this person does feel like they haven't been giving you what you emotionally need from them. They know you well enough to know that Even if they spoke to you this morning, they should have checked in at lunch, or they should have checked in again tonight. And so they feel like they're overdue with some communication with you. And they believe that this communication is helping your connection emotionally develop, and it's meeting your emotional needs. It is also a reflection of the fact that they are thinking about you. So this communication is pretty, it might seem like a little bit, small. It could just be a message or a quick text, but it resembles them caring about you, checking in with you, and treating you the way that they want to treat you, the way that you deserve to be treated. So the connection and the communication resembles more than just what it is, which it may just be a quick message. Now you've got interesting cards here, sweets. This person wants to reach out because they do feel like your connection has hit a certain point where they need to think about what you want, whether you're satisfied, and whether there's something that they can do to help you. If you have kids together, they may be checking up on your child and wanting to kind of make sure that they're okay. But there is this feeling of them kind of being busy, even just going about their day, and feeling like that I didn't get to actually have that conversation with you. I didn't get to check in. I didn't get to sort of hear from you in the way that I wanted to. So whether it's been a short amount of time or, a longer amount of time, this person is just feeling like they don't know what's going on with you. They haven't heard from you yet, and they were expecting to. So now they feel like they need to reach out. They do wonder if your silence means that you're upset with them. And I have to laugh. I'm sorry, that was just an uncomfortable reaction, because they do wonder, like, if they don't hear from you first, are you upset with them? Or what are you doing then? This is the kind of person that leads, but they love it when you lead. Like, they're not afraid to initiate, but they appreciate it so much if you initiate first and if you reach out first. So when you don't, it just feels like even more pressure on them. And if they have enough time to really think about it, then they start to overthink. Well, what is group 2 doing? What is happening? Is something bothering them that they're not telling me? And, like, now I don't know what to say. I feel like I need to ask some deeper questions, but I don't know how to do that. So this person may be prone towards, like, assuming the worst and also walking around on eggshells a little bit. Like, this feels like someone that's not secure in this connection. They feel like they're having to tread lightly or just be very careful with how they treat you, talk to you, and give. They feel like they need to be giving more. And emotionally speaking, they feel a little bit emotionally manipulated. And I don't think, like, for a lot of you, I'm not sure if it's actually intentional, but this person may just be that type of personality where they expect things to go a certain way, and when it doesn't, they assume the worst. They think, oh, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Am I the reason why group 2 didn't message me this morning? Is it because I fell asleep? Like, what did I do? So yeah, it's that kind of energy. Now, they want to reach out to you to know what's on your mind, to keep momentum going, to let you know that they're still here, they're still thinking about you, maybe to explain what's going on with them and to check, like, how you are, how's your day going, is there anything that, I can do. If you're going through challenges, they do want to know, like, how that's going, whether it was a small challenge or a big challenge. They want to know. They want updates on your life, your family. Like, they want to know things. These are very deep cards, and the way you communicate tells them a lot. Even if you don't say a lot, It's the way you communicate. It makes me think of like the way that you structure your messages. If your messages have a lot of emojis, they know that you're in a good mood. If your messages are really short and don't have a lot of emojis, they know that you're in a bad mood. So this person is using some light-hearted communication to see how you are and to figure out like what mood you're in and how your day is going, even if you don't have the time to share a lot. They are assuming that you're quite busy and that you do have a lot going on, that you may be helping family right now, and that you are needing to focus on something big right now. And they feel like they can't physically help a lot with what that big thing is, because it's about you sort of organizing things and learning something or doing something, but they still want to figure out how they can help in other ways. They also want to reach out about a family situation. They want to know how that family member is, or they want to tell you about that family member. They're going to give you a little update and say, hey, I heard from dad, this is what's going on. Or did you hear back from your brother? You know, what's happening there? There is a feeling of trying to like fill in the gaps about your larger family, which could include your children, but it feels like it's your larger family unit, like your parents or your siblings. The larger family. With the Ten of Cups reversed, they do want to talk more about some sort of family, I want to say issue, and how to navigate it long term. So you guys may be trying to blend families where you have children from previous relationships, or you may be trying to, as a unit, help out one of your family members. And it feels like this person has been thinking about it, and they've thought about important information that relates to that situation in your family. They want to see what you think. They want to get your real, honest reaction. And then they want to figure out like how to move forward from here. So there is a desire to communicate more deeply about deeper issues, deeper things that are happening in your families. But initially, the conversation is mostly about figuring out like what mood you're in, what you've been kind of going through, and whether you're ready for that talk yet, or whether they need to just talk about other stuff first and address this deeper stuff down the line. So those are the main reasons why they're wanting to reach out. Is there anything else that group 2 needs to know before we get advice, Spirit? Yeah, it does feel a little bit boring. It might be more of a confirmation reading more than anything. So I think I just need to get you advice now on how to receive this person and how to move forward. So let's see. Spirit, for my group 2s, what advice do you have for them when they hear from this person? What advice? Because I do think that you will hear from them soon. Something may not be going according to plan as well. This person feels like someone that has had a bit of a U-turn happen to them in their family. If it's not their family, what is it, Spirit? No, it feels like family. There's a lot of hints of like children and intergenerational sort of family units. We're like a multi-generation sort of household. Anyway, what advice do you have for group 2, please, Spirit? We have sand painter as well. Whoa. Alrighty. So this is the 8 of Shields, which is also the 8 of Pentacles. And then we have the Matriarch of Pipes, who is also the Queen of Wands. At the back of the deck is the Sun card reversed, which is also just the sun in a regular tarot, same. Look, your advice is that this is a connection that I feel is going through something bigger than just the two of you. There is something happening in one or both of your lives that involves your larger family unit. And moving forward is about trying to prioritize time for self while also respecting how the other person wants to spend their time, because they may need to pour love and time into their loved ones outside of this connection. And so it feels like the best thing that you can do is honor your needs and create room and time for your needs to be able to process any feelings that arise, and to also be able to address anything that this person is unable to address within you. They don't feel like they're going to be able to give a lot to you, either because of like what's happening in their family, or just because of some of the things that they feel called to do. This person's heart space is quite large, and when they love deeply. Somebody that they love is going through a hard time, and look, vice versa. So ground yourself, know yourself, allow yourself to feel, to process how you feel, and then address those feelings. Now, with your other cards here, you're allowed to be upset, you're allowed to feel frustrated, and you're allowed to not be okay. That is completely natural, arguably normal. It's a healthy way of processing and being human. But it is important that you remind yourself that your feelings always change. And whatever you're feeling today doesn't dictate your worth, what you deserve, and how you deserve to be treated. You're honoring your feelings, but you aren't defined by your feelings. And that's what the Matriarch of Pipes is saying. The Matriarch of Pipes is reminding you that you control your reality through your reactions, and your reactions are bigger than your emotions. I think that the hard thing is energy. A lot of people confuse energy with emotion. Emotion is part of being human, but energy is everything. It's beyond the human experience. And therefore, knowing your feelings and processing them to a point where you can know, oh yes, this is how I feel right now. I thought I was upset. I actually just feel rejected. And I know why I feel rejected now. So knowing that helps you react appropriately. Now, what type of thoughts, intentions, and actions are you going to create? And that's what the Matriarch of Pipes is about. When it comes to this connection, energy is everything. Your thoughts create energy, your intentions create energy, and your actions create energy. So separate your feelings from that and stay in control of your reality. This is going to help guide you to the best possible outcome. You're being called to be patient with this situation, this connection, this person, what they're going through, what you're going through. This is either a developing situation, or this is a connection that deserves your patience for a reason. This Eight of Pentacles wouldn't show up unless there was something here worth riding this wave through. And look, whatever's going on in your lives, it's all a part of the overall cycle. This Eight of Pentacles is highlighting the fact that you are more than capable of getting through whatever's happening and coming out stronger, wiser, more skillful, more ready for whatever life throws at you. This connection feels like it's developing, and it could become even more serious, meaningful, and committed. But what happens next is all a part of that. And this person reaching out to you is a part of them doing all of this as well. So your reaction gives you power, strengthens who you are, and strengthens your relationship by creating a healthy cycle of showing up for yourself first and then showing up in this connection, strong, confident, and in control. And like I said, if you're not feeling good, don't lie about it. Don't push it to the side. Acknowledge it. There is power in saying, I'm having a hard day. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I was actually really worried about you. I thought I was going to hear from you earlier. And look, riding that wave could be them replying and saying, oh my God, I'm sorry, I thought you were going to reach out first today. I didn't know. There is power in being honest. There is power in being authentic and in expressing your true feelings, regardless of what they are and how uncomfortable they are and how vulnerable they are, and also how not pretty they are, because we often are conditioned to hide uncomfortable, not pretty feelings. But there's a lot of power in expressing them. Just saying it for what it is. You're still having that control over your energy. You're communicating your feelings, and you're letting your thoughts adapt as you gain more information. So there's a lot of power in that exchange. Now, I think that this connection feels pretty solid to me, but in your extended reading, we're going to do what we did for group 1, because I feel like that is also going to be helpful for you. We're going to have a look at what is next. What is the next chapter in this connection? I'm going to ask the tissue box messages first, and then I'm going to get your perspectives. What is next in this connection from your future self's perspective as the viewer of this reading? And then what is next from your person's future self's perspective? We're also going to get channeled messages from them. If they could talk to you right now, what would they say? This could be additional confirmation about who this person is and what's going on in their life. If they don't already stand out, I feel like they do. And then we're going to close your reading by getting clarity on what their intentions are towards you and this connection, and what their likely next actions will be based on their current energy. If this sounds helpful, and especially if the first part of your reading really resonated, the links to the extended readings is in the description box. That one link will take you to a page where I host all my extended readings. Please double check, triple check that you select the right group before you spend any money. Each reading is split into different groups, so remember your group 2. Find group 2's reading, check the description box, check the thumbnail, make sure it's the right group, and then purchase it, and you'll be able to watch it as soon as that payment goes through. That's all I have for you, sweet souls. Thank you so much for your time, for your energy, and for all of your support right here on YouTube. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. We are asking Spirit today who is wanting to reach out to you and why. Now this is a Mercury retrograde coded reading, however it is also timeless. So the only thing you need to focus on is the sound of my voice and your intentions as we open your reading. Consider what drew you to this reading in the first place, what questions you may have, and what clarity you're seeking. And let's go ahead and tune in to our energy so that I can open your reading. Spirit, please tune me into group 3's energy. Please help me offer group 3 the most clear, honest messages for their reading. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so this is going to be a bit fun. Unlike what we've been doing recently, I have the opportunity to use a few different divination tools and some tarot, as always. So let's just focus on who for now. Who is reaching out to my group 3's spirit? Who is reaching out to my group 3s? If you like this tissue box portion, I do sell the template, which is the printed template on an A4 sheet of paper on my website. We have a friend wanting to reach out to you. Interesting. Okay. I am grateful for my love. February could be significant. They could be a Pisces or an Aquarius. We also have November. I am grateful for my fears. Scorpio or Sagittarius could be significant. We have longing. This person is feeling very drawn towards you. And there is this desire to contact you because they've been dreaming or thinking about you. You may have also had a dream about them recently. We have Scorpio again. So Scorpio is very significant. You guys seem to have a complicated past. There could have been an ending, or it could feel like it's been a while since you've spoken and you feel like you've lost this person. Aries is coming through as a dominant sign as well. We'll do the initials last. We also have trying. So longing and trying. This person feels like they should be making more of an effort towards you, more Pluto energy. They may have something they want to talk to you about, something that's been weighing on their chest. Uranus, they are definitely coming through as a friend, an ex-friend, or an ex who you friend zoned. Uranus says that this will be a surprise, and it is likely that this person reaching out relates directly to some sort of reason. Like they aren't just casually checking up on you. They want to ask you about something. They want to talk to you about something. We also have 6th house. So maybe you're the one that's usually giving to this connection, and this person needs to now make the effort for you. Could be somebody that you've put a lot of time into helping them. They may be health focused. They could be like a bit of a gym person who loves working out, or health and fitness is really important to them. They may have been your gym buddy once upon a time. Maybe you two were doing exercising together to keep each other on track. They are showing up as somebody that there are feelings for. We have love here, we have fears here, we have heavier emotions here that need to be expressed. You guys may have met in a workplace, or they could be very career orientated right now, getting their career back on track. They could know your father. There could be a connection to your father there. This seems to be somebody that likes structure, that likes following a routine, and yet they do kind of seem to, at times, there's that duality that we experience. Even though we like that, we don't always uphold that. So they might like routine, but they don't always uphold routine. We have initials, which could be yours or theirs. We have the letter E, the letter Q, and we also have the letter R. From the printed messages, we have that H that we saw earlier. We have a P. We also have a G. Oops. We have another Q. We have a B. I'm hearing even nicknames like BB. We have a W. And we have an O. So you actually got a lot of unique initials. The other groups kind of got repeat initials, which was a bit cool, but it was a little bit like, come on now, give us some fresh info. So this person, I'm not getting a lot out of who they are. They stand out because of all of this Pluto Scorpio energy over here. They're afraid of something and they want to talk to you about it. It's something that feels like it's weighing on their chest. They are coming through as having watery energy, and yet there's also a lot of earth here in your connection to them. So they feel like somebody who you have a grounded connection with. Maybe you've known each other for a long time. Maybe you this is the kind of friend that you don't need to be in communication with all the time. You know, you can just sort of reach out to them when you need to. They're there. They may work in a specific job or career that is helpful for you, and they may be trying to help you with what they do. So it could be more of like a business friendship right now, or like a professional friendship. But I also think that there is love here. There's care for each other. This person sees you as a good friend. You may have known each other from school, or there could have been some sort of connection here to, you know, like a group environment, like an office or a school where you met first. I do think that this person is quite independent, and I think that the nature of your friendship is that you're there for each other if you need to be, but there's not this feeling of needing to be all over each other type of vibe. Like, yes, you're there if you need to be there for each other, but you don't have to be in each other's faces. With that being said, they do feel like somebody who needs to communicate with you for a specific reason. So I'm going to pull some tarot. I'll pack this up and we'll see if I can get any more clarity on who they are before we look at why. But I think you'll better understand who they are once we look at why they want to reach out to you as well. So bear with me, group 3. I'm going to pack this up. I'll be right back. All right, so let's get into your tarot now. Spirit, who is wanting to reach out to my group 3s? Who is wanting to reach out to group 3, please, Spirit? Who is wanting to reach out to group 3? How will group 3 recognize this person? How will group 3 recognize them, please, Spirit? Okay, so we'll start with these cards. This is who, and this is how. At the back of the deck is the King of Swords. So you got a lot of court cards. I would say that this person definitely means business. They're trying to reach out for the right reasons. So they're making contact with you. I'm hearing regarding your car's extended warranty. So maybe there's a goofiness in this person's energy. Maybe they're quite a funny person, or the two of you usually have a lot of fun together. With the King of Swords here, this is the kind of person who's reaching out because they want to do the right thing by you. The nature of your relationship is usually quite fun. You usually get to be a bit playful, tease each other a little bit, maybe even flirt and be a bit flirty. But really, this person is reaching out to you to actually help you. And it's because of some sort of serious reason that they have to tell you. I'm hearing that like it could relate to this person's career. It could relate to what this person knows. And they feel like they have an obligation to inform you, or a duty to inform you. This person is going to use the way that you usually talk to each other to make it very clear that this is serious. They're going to have a way of talking to you that, yes, you know each other well and you have that jokey side, that goofy side, but this time around, like, I'm calling you because I'm worried and I need to check up on you and I need to know that you're okay, and I need to support you in any way that I can, while also maintaining healthy, maybe professional boundaries for myself. I'm giving you a heads up, but I also, need to protect my own neck as well, is what this feels like. So that is who and how, but we also have this how will you know them card over here with our Queen of Cups. Now this person has a lot of water, so they could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer, but they are coming across as somebody that has a lot of compassion. They have a very compassionate nature. They have a very compassionate tone. When they care sincerely. When they need to be tough and serious, they are sincere about it. It's not cruel. It's not the worst thing in the world. In fact, this is usually the kind of person that you would want to protect from people who are cruel and malicious and take advantage of their good nature. This person is a giver, they're a nurturer, they're intuitive, and they have a bubbliness to their energy that makes them very likable when you first meet them. But you knowing them, you see them as someone that's more than that bubbliness, that goofiness, that silliness. They have a deeply caring and affectionate side that is very loyal and that looks after the people that they care about. You may also know them as someone that goes through low moods where they just need to get in their little bubble and get their head straight and figure themselves out. They may be someone who takes on a lot of other people's problems, and they may be prone towards picking up on other people's energies, very sensitive nature, very sensitive soul. They have more feminine qualities, but they're going to reach out to you in a way that could come across as quite leader-like. It's very leadership and I wouldn't say assertive, but I would say it's authoritative. And it's in a soft way because they have feminine qualities. Them being authoritative is still quite compassionate. There's still a tone of care, but there is this feeling of I have to do what is right. I have to uphold the law, the rules, like that 10th house energy. And I'm, doing this because I need to. So that is who wants to reach out to you. Let's get a better understanding of why now. We're going to get a card from the Oracle deck first, and then we'll fill in the pieces with tarot. Spirit, why does this person want to reach out to group 3? Why does this person want to reach out to group 3, Spirit? Why does this person want to reach out to group 3, please, Spirit? Okay, we have Libra. We have the Moon. And we also have T square. I wasn't supposed to get this many cards. All right, we'll just roll with it. Okay. Interesting energies. At the back of the deck is Gemini reversed. Why does this person want to reach out to you, my viewer? They definitely need to talk to you about something that they've been thinking about. They may have heard something through the grapevine about you. Or they may have seen something that they need to confirm with you, because this card reversed is like secondary information. They saw something and now they need to come to you to ask you, is it true? Like, what is this? Can you talk to me about it? And, I want to help. I want to talk to you about it as a friend. So whatever they're reaching out to you about could be legal, or it could have to do with some sort of contract, some sort of partnership or relationship that you're in. And this person's wanting to talk to you about that with this energy of like, I'm your friend, like what's going on. Now, whatever they've heard, they've been sitting on it. They haven't just come to you straight away. They're not reacting prematurely. They're not like, it's not like they heard it yesterday and now they're telling you straight away. The energy that I'm getting is, even if it's happening quite quickly, they've processed it first. They've taken a moment to themselves after seeing it, whatever it is that is affecting you that you may not know about that they do. They're processing it first, and then they're wanting to come towards you after they've kind of gotten an idea of what they can do, of what input they can offer from a helpful perspective, and also of like what that could mean. So they're processing it, and now they want to talk to you about it. This conversation is going to be very respectful of your connection, of your friendship. This does feel like a friend. It feels like someone who may have even a lot of questions, but they also already have your back. Whatever this is, it is a challenging situation, but they've got your back. They're not going to be someone who's just reaching out to you to gossip. They're reaching out to you to help you and to help you figure this out and to help you kind of know what your options are. They feel like they are in a position to help. And they also feel very obligated to help as well because of your relationship, your friendship, the respect that you have for each other, and also the position that they're in. It's kind of like, say you were going through financial hardship and this person worked in the finance sector and had access to resources because of their career and information that they know could be helpful to you. And so there's that professional crossover where they need to be considerate of their role, their career, but there's that care of, this is my friend and I need to help them. I'm not just going to sit on this. So they may have asked, a colleague or a boss, what could I do here? Hypothetically, if this was happening to somebody I care about, what can I do without getting into too much trouble? They may have had to do that first before they come towards you, but they're coming towards you to set the record straight about something that they've seen or heard about you. And there is a crossover here between some sort of professional aspect. With the moon here, they're reaching out to you because there's something weighing on their chest about this. They are a very caring person. We know that with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups. That's how you see them. That's how you know them. They know you well enough to know that more is happening for you than what you're sharing. And so I feel like this is the kind of person where even if you don't talk to them regularly, and it does feel like it's been a while, the last time you spoke may have been Gemini season, or it may have been, that you were supposed to meet up or call or talk and it never happened. And so it feels like you're overdue to talk to this person. And with the moon here, this is the kind of person where you do have deep and meaningful conversations with them when you have the right time to. May not always be practical, especially if you have other relationships and responsibilities and you live at a distance or something like that. I just saw 11:11 on my camera because I've had to stop recording and restart a few times. But I do think that your conversations with this person are deep and meaningful. They want to know what's going on. They want to offer emotional support, validation, reassurance. And they're at that stage where they need to connect with you emotionally, heart to heart. There's probably certain things that they need to update you on and tell you about as well. There's a lot of desire here to offload, but to also figure out what's going on with you, group 3. How are you? What's happening? Hey, somebody stopped me the other day and said, do you know group 3? And I said, of course I do. Love group 3. Group 3 is the best person ever. Why? And they said, oh, I heard that group 3 might be losing their house. And I was like, no, they're not. Don't worry. I set the record straight. I said, no, they're not. But they're not the only person that's told me that. What is going on? What can I do? Tell me the truth. So this person is looking for the truth from you. They trust you enough to know that if you don't want to talk about it, there's a reason and they respect that. But there's also this feeling of them, again, defending you, but like coming to you to tell you now, okay, this is what I heard. Now with this T-square, to me, a T-square aspect in a natal chart represents a lot of tension. And literally reading from the guidebook, feel free to pause if you want to read that all yourself. And there's also more information here. I just pick out key terms and roll with it using my intuition. But if you want to read everything, feel free to do that. The T-square card upright takes a lot of bravery. It represents this person feeling an immense amount of pressure and really having courage to come to you and talk to you about something that they've been overwhelmed with. They've been looking for creative solutions, and now they need their friend to help fill in the gaps. They need their friend to support them, and they also want to come to you to support you. Now, this kind of aspect pattern can give you a lot of power. It can also help you kind of take action, even though you feel forced, in a way that you wouldn't have had you not been under that much pressure. So this person is feeling like now is the time to reach out to group 3 and talk to them. I've been meaning to for a long time, but now that I have this reason, like I'm gonna message them, I'm gonna call them, I'm gonna drop in, I'm gonna check in on them. So this person has been meaning to connect with you for some time, and they've been meaning to connect with you on a deep level for some time. So they're going to check in, see how available you are, and they're going to plan something one-on-one, something, or a group. If you're if this is someone who's in a group of 3, they're going to do that. They're going to get all 3 of you together, or both of you together, and they're going to, okay, this has taken so long. What's going on? Are you okay? Now, in light, the T-square gives us the tools to be brave, creative, individualistic, and expansive. This is literally from the guidebook, and you would know that as well if you were reading everything. So it is important that when this card pops up, that we take a look to, that we, what's the word I'm trying to find? I'm really paraphrasing what I'm reading here, trying to make sure it's actually relevant to you. It's almost like Spirit is saying, I'm going to put that to the side now. This person wants to reach out to you just to make sure that you're actually keeping up with each other. They feel like they may have dropped the ball on your friendship. And not only is it well overdue, but now bigger issues have arisen, and they want to make sure that you know they're there in any way that they can be, but especially if it revolves around something that they know personally with that Libra card. If it's right up their alley, if it's directly related to something that they've studied, something that they know like the back of their hand, they almost feel offended that you didn't think of them first type of vibe. Let's get some tarot to see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Spirit, is there anything else you can tell group 3 about why this person wants to reach out? Is there anything else you can tell? Okay, 4 of Cups, Knight of Cups. Yeah, they're coming to you with their heart on their sleeve. 8 of Cups reversed. I haven't forgotten about you. How are you? Are you okay? I've been thinking about you a lot. I've been meaning to, reach out and connect and check on you. I hope you're looking after yourself. I hope you're getting enough sleep. When can we have a coffee? I'm in town on these days. When are you available? That's the kind of energy this gives me. Now, with the 10 of Swords reversed, this person may be someone who kind of is hard to track down at times. Like, they may be somebody who puts things off to the point where, they have to come back and be like, I'm so sorry I didn't reply to your message. Oh, I really meant to call you back. And so they're reaching out to you because they feel really bad for leaving you on red or leaving you in a situation where you needed them to be there, especially if you were going through challenging times and if you really didn't know who else to turn to. So there's this feeling here of trying to pick up the pieces a little bit with the 8 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Swords reversed. Just trying to make sure that this isn't, going to permanently damage or affect your relationship, your friendship. And they're also wanting to reach out to check up on you and how something is going based off of the last time that you really caught up with them. They want to check in and see how that situation is going. Like, hey, sorry it's been so long. Last time we spoke, this was happening. What's going on with that? How are you? Any updates since then? Knight of Cups, they're wearing their heart on their sleeve. See, that's the thing about this person. They're so genuine. They're so loving. They're so kind. Even if they drop the ball with communication, you are so ready to receive them with love, with kindness, with an openness. And this is not somebody who you're, holding grudges against. They hold grudges against themselves for not being able to be there for you more. You're just grateful that you have someone like this in your life. They're so sweet and so genuine. There's a real authentic sense of connecting with you and wanting to be around you and enjoying you for who you are, not trying to, how you have certain friends who maybe you met them while you're in school or university or workplace. And so because you met them at a specific stage or place in your life, you feel like you have to be that version of you whenever you connect with them. You feel like you have to sort of bring back that persona. This isn't one of those people. You get to be exactly who you are in this present moment, and they will love you for that. Even if they haven't seen you since you were an older version of yourself, you can be exactly who you are today, and this person is just completely in tune with your energy. Now, with the Four of Cups here, the main reason they want to connect with you is because they feel like they're missing out on your life, on your energy, on your love, on, what's going on. There's this genuine desire to reconnect and get a better dose of you. It feels like they're going to say, I needed my dose of group 3. I've missed you so much. Like, I keep seeing that in these cards. I miss you so much. What's going on? Tell me everything is the kind of vibe that I'm getting. Very beautiful, warm energy, quite feminine as well. So to close your reading, I'm going to have a look at your advice now for my viewer group 3. What advice does group 3 need before this person reaches out? What advice does group 3 need before this person reaches out? What advice does group 3 need? Spiritualist, 5 of Blades reversed. Chief of Pipes, which is the King of Wands. And the Warrior of Pipes with the Warrior of Vessels. So you've got 2 knights over here. Vessels are cups. So real quick, after this, we're going to go into your extended reading. And I think we're just going to do exactly what we did for the other 2 groups. I was kind of winging the extendeds when I started filming. And this has been very helpful. So we can definitely do the same for you. We're going to have a look at what is the next chapter in this connection objectively. And then we're going to have a look at both of your perspectives. So what is your future self's perspective of the next chapter in this connection? And what is their future self's perspective? Then we're going to get channeled messages from them. What do they want to say to you? And we're going to have a look at their intentions and their likely next actions based on their current energy. That's going to help give more confirmation and context about what is next in this connection, focusing more on the immediate future, not like a year from now, but literally like the immediate future within the next 3 months. So that is the extended. I'll come back to that at the end. I just wanted to drop that in because we are closing up your reading. Your advice as the viewer is to make sure that you treat this person as you feel they deserve to be treated. With the Warrior of Vessels, you both seem to have this Knight of Cups energy towards each other, this love, this appreciation, this chivalrous energy of wanting to show up for each other, take care of each other, be affectionate and just genuine. Your advice is to be in that energy, affectionate, genuine, and just follow what feels natural here. I feel like this advice is just confirming who they are, because there's not everybody, would come back into your life after going MIA and you would receive them this way. So receiving them with kindness, with genuineness, and with a affection that feels very natural is going to help this connection expand. I do feel like this connection is expanding into more opportunities to actually connect and create more memories together. But I also think with the Chief of Pipes here, that your advice is to see this reconnection of this person reaching out as a chance to explore possibilities of your future, as a chance to create something more for yourself. This person's energy feels so warm, and they have something to suggest to you, to talk to you about that is serious and that directly relates to your highest good. Receiving them with this genuine nature is just the beginning. You're then being called to listen to what they have to say and to process what it means for you and how that information, that conversation is calling for you to expand and to prepare and to plan for your future. This card is about strategy, and it's also about taking the right risks to create more opportunities, more experiences, and to successfully execute your dreams, your goals into plans. No matter how risky it feels in the beginning, the Chief of Pipes handles that risk with a level of openness, willingness, and desire to succeed. Now, the Five of Blades over here reversed is calling for you to listen to what they have to say and to take it seriously. This information may not be what you want to hear, but you will know because of who this person is that it is the message you need to hear. This person is a messenger, and they're delivering a cold reality check. If it was coming from anybody else, it wouldn't mean so much to you, but it's coming from them with love, and it really is sinking in and cutting deep. So with this Five of Blades reversed, you're being called to do what is right, just like they are. It's taking them a lot of bravery to come towards you, and it's taking them a lot of time just to kind of get their head around it. So you, on the other hand, receiving them, it's important that you just listen and that you let it sink in. Don't react prematurely or immaturely, and just take it all in your stride. This Spiritualist card reversed can talk about us needing to do something that we don't want to do, but it's the right thing to do for other people. And with the Warrior of Pipes reversed, this is where again we see that it pays to be patient. We don't need to be hasty here. We don't need to rush into something we're not comfortable with. But this person reaching out to you definitely triggers something within you, and it also makes you want to kind of run away or react out of a temporary feeling rather than a strong sense of knowing. So with the Warrior of Pipes reversed, your advice is to just let it sink in, let your primary reaction dissipate, and then act from a balanced, mature, careful place that is confident in what your reactions will lead to. You don't want to act in a way that you regret. So that's what I'm seeing for you. I hope that was helpful. That is who is reaching out to you. They don't just want to, they will reach out to you. And that is why. I'm going to take your reading into the extended now. So if you would like to access that extended reading, you can find the link and more information about it in the description box below. That link does take you to my website where I host my extended, so please double check, triple check before you purchase anything that you've selected the right reading. Thank you, sweet souls, for all of your time. I think that's it from me. I appreciate your energy, your support, and your time here on YouTube. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye.